Advanced Class 21, baseado no pedido dos alunos, voltando a ver conditional, sentences e other confusing words. Hello again, Regina. Hello, Mario. Hello, Carol. Hello, Isa. Tiago.
Hello, teacher.
Hello again. Are you still fine?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good.
And you?
Good. Yes, I hope it doesn't change. Hi, Isa. How are you?
A little. I got the flu, but I'm getting better.
You got the flu?
Yes.
What kind of flu?
A normal one. Hope not COVID one.
Okay. But because they have stomach flu, they have just the regular flu.
That's regular flu.
Okay. I hope you get better soon. Hi, Claudia.
Thank you, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Wow. Are you back to Rio?
Not really.
You're not with like 3 layers and a blanket covering you.
I think the winter had finished.
It's over?
Here, Brazil.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, yes.
It's over.
Okay. Good. Raquel, are you back home or you're still having some fun in São Paulo?
I'm back home, teacher.
Yes? How many boyfriends did you break their heart on São Paulo?
None, I was with my parents.
Okay. Okay. So I thought you would
We believe it.
Yes, I thought you would have a chance.
I can send you a picture.
Well, but I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know.
No, teacher.
I don't want to go into details, okay? Okay. Good to see that you're back, you're fine, you enjoyed your trip, okay?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Okay, let me say something before we start today's class. Last Friday, I asked every single student in this class to send me an email asking what they would like to talk about this week. Only 2 students emailed me, Erica and Claudia. So I have prepared a lesson according to what they asked. Basically everything. So this class can be changed. I mean, I can add new material because I have prepared material for like maybe a couple days. So I'm still waiting for emails telling me what you would like to talk about. Okay?
They represent me.
I beg your pardon?
They represent me.
They represented you. I see. Yes. You gave them what in English is called a power of attorney. Okay, Carol?
Yes.
Power
Of
of attorney. Yes, to represent you. You signed a document providing them a power of attorney. So they could just speak in your name. But anyway, you see, I don't know why I am writing. Yeah. I just realized that I was already deleting everything here. Okay. Yeah, Carol didn't say a word. Neither Raquel. Both of them.
Raquel.
Oh, power
I'm
of
sorry, I
attorney.
was trying to find the material.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Power of attorney. Okay, this is it's a legal term when you sign a document granting a lawyer the power to do something. Not only a lawyer, I believe, right, I can
Yes.
give a power of attorney to my wife to represent me.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, okay. So the name is this, power of attorney. Okay, so the person can represent you legally, even in court. So based on a question asked in class, I have prepared this week's material, which can be changed as we have new requests. So if you would like to talk about something specifically, send me an email. Teacher, how about this? How about that? And I will prepare new material.
Okay.
Okay.
So as Claudia asked, it was the first email I got, came before Erica, but I also got Erica. Claudia asked me to talk about conditional sentences. I spoke about this quite some time ago, but I will gladly talk about it again. Why? It's important. Many times when I ask you a question, many times when you're talking to a friend and you ask him or her a question, his or her answer depends on something. Okay, many times it depends on something. Okay, so there are three types of conditional sentence, which are very easy to learn if you have a good memory to memorize a formula, because there is a formula. Okay, so the three types are called future possible, present contrary to fact, and past contrary to fact. Let's start with the easiest one, and then we keep getting a little more difficult and a little bit more difficult, right? So Claudia, could you just read the future possible?
Future possible. As the name says, you are talking about something that is possible to happen in the future, but there is a condition, formation. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. If plus subject plus the simple present,
Okay.
comma, subject plus can, will, may, imperative plus verb in the base form.
Yes. You see, if you memorize this, that helps a lot, because when you start, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, it depends. If I, you see, when you say if, you must already think about the formula. What are you going to say? Are you going to talk about something that is possible to happen? Is there a real chance of happening? Okay, so you start with if I like, if I have, if I want, if I decide, if I buy, if I move. You need to use if plus the subject plus any verb you want in the simple present. Then you use the comma because you started with if. If you invert, if you start with the main clause, then you don't need the comma. In the main clause, you will have another subject, I can, I will, I may, or just imperative. Just imperative, like do this, do that. Like if I have money, if you have money, visit this museum. If you have money, go to that place, go to that restaurant, okay? All right? Then I don't need another verb. I start with the verb. So one question you could ask me is there any difference between I can, I will, and I may? Yes. But the choice depends on the probability of the event happens in the future, based on the first clause, on the if clause. If you say, if I have money, I can go, the chances are like 75%. If I have money, I will go, the chances are like 100%, depending on the if. If I have money, I may go, the chances are like 50%, but depends always on the first. Okay? So far, clear or not clear?
What?
I'm sorry, Isa?
You said depends on the first, but first what?
The first clause,
Verb?
the if part.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay? I'll give an example here. If I have money, I'll go to Milano this weekend. Milano is just an hour away from here. Okay? So if I have money, I'll go to Milano this weekend. My question is, at this moment, as we speak, do I have money?
No.
No. That's what you need to remember. Is there a chance I can get some money?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, I bought a lottery ticket that is for tomorrow.
Me too.
Maybe I win the lottery, okay? And if I
hope
win the
so,
lottery,
teacher.
I'm sorry
too,
for your
me too.
teacher.
yes, me too, but I depend on the lottery to go, okay? But if I win, I will go, okay? Because
And I want free classes, okay?
okay, no problem. I'll be at the hotel there, a 5-star hotel with internet connection, okay?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
at 10 o'clock, I'll be at the hotel, okay? I'll just party before 10 o'clock, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Great.
But anyway, this is the most important thing you have to understand. When I say if I have, I don't have money at this moment. But there is a strong probability, not the case of the lottery. Lottery is 1 in 10 million. But somebody told me that was going to pay me tomorrow. If this person pays me back tomorrow, I'll go to Milan on the weekend, not during the week, on the weekend, okay?
Okay.
You see, at this moment, I don't have money, but there is a chance I will get some. And in that case, I will go to Milano, okay? Understand this. This is the first and it's the easiest one. Because it's if plus I, you, he, she, it, verb in the simple present. Then I, you, he, she, it, plus can, will, may, or imperative. And if you say can, will, and may, a verb in the base form. That's it. First case. Very easy. Any question about this or no?
No.
Oh.
Excellent. Let's start complicating a little bit. You see, I wrote 3 examples. If I have money, I'll go to Milano. I don't have, but there's a chance I'll get. And in that case, I will go. That's for sure. Okay. Second case, if I have money, I can go. At this moment, I don't have money, but there's a chance I'll get some. And in that case, going to Milan is almost a sure thing, but I have not decided yet. If I say, if I have money, I may go to Milano this weekend. You see, I don't have the money. There is a chance I'll get money, but I really don't know if I go to Milano or if I go to Genova. Understand? I'm still undecided about my destination. Okay?
Okay.
So that's why when I say I may go, it's like 50% of chances. There are other words that are possible to be used in the place of if. But of course, the idea is not exactly the same. But the construction is exactly the same. So I can use, for example, when I have money, I'll go to Milano. That means at the moment I get money, I'll go there. I love Milano, okay? It's a very pretty city, all right? While it's also possible before, after, or as soon as, okay? I remember that when I was coming back to Europe, I told my wife, well, if I get there, I'll call you. She said, what? If you get there? What are you talking about? As soon as you get there, you call me. I said, oh, okay, I will. Okay, I will, don't worry. No, because I was worried about a lot of things.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I really didn't know if I was going to be able to enter or not.
Or not.
I tried for 3 days. The first attempt failed. Second attempt failed. Only on the third day I was able to board. But I called her as soon as I arrived. Where? In Milano. Understand?
Yes, good husband.
Yes, I am. Is anyone asking me a question or no? Go ahead, Miss Flu.
Lu?
Miss Flu.
Okay. You can just use.
Because your voice is strange.
Yes. I don't know how to say English, but in Portuguese, I am panha.
Apanha mesmo.
Panha.
Do you know
Okay.
what is this, teacher?
Can you translate that into Portuguese?
He doesn't know what it means.
You guys don't understand?
Panha.
Yeah.
Apanha. It's a
Apanha.
word here too in Manaus.
Yes, em São Paulo.
You don't know?
Em São Paulo, Rafael.
Panha.
É,
Quando a
speaker.
pessoa fica falando assim,
Só
anasalado.
que fala assim, nasalado.
Em Florianópolis, too.
Oh,
Isso é em Florianópolis.
I think I have to leave it outside Brazil for too long. It's not part. I will even look up in the Portuguese dictionary to see what that
Oh, teacher, there is.
No, I'm serious. I haven't.
Oh my
well,
God.
or at least I haven't heard it in years. Okay?
Fanhoso,
Fanhosa.
Ai,
Sou fanhosa.
Ah, it's fun. Fanhosa I've heard, but fanhosa is
Pessoa que fala de maneira nasalada.
exatamente.
Apanha.
but
Minha fanha, a minha fanha.
Apanha.
guys, you're driving me crazy.
No, teacher.
Only
First, I will try to discover, asking Aurelio.
it's only Monday.
I
Yes.
don't think you have a dictionary.
Yes. You see, if Aurelio is not familiar, how can I be familiar?
Aurelio doesn't know everything, teacher.
You can say is nordestinês because everyone here knows.
So, it's not a Nordestese word.
You see, I'm checking at Aurelius. It's a
Check
word
on Google.
of onomatopoeic origin. Now I have tomorrow I need to study what is onomatopoeica.
Onomatopeia.
Onomatopeia.
Onomatopeia, teacher.
Oh gosh, forget about it. Okay. Well, you're just speaking with your nose, whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, what do you want to know?
She doesn't remember now.
No, I know. I take notes to don't forget. I can only use will, may, and can.
F in the main clause,
In
you
this
mean?
case. In this case.
Yes.
In the main clause,
Uh,
because you have the if part and the main part. In the main part,
Yeah.
can, may, will, or the imperative. Okay?
Only just this.
I haven't seen any other construction because this is like a formula.
Okay.
Okay? And it's funny because when you listen to music, you know that in songs, they always screw up the grammar. Understand? They don't give a, okay, forget about. They don't care about the grammar, right? She's got a ticket to ride, but she don't care. Okay? What is important? Yeah, what is important when you write a song is the rhythm. It's not really the grammar. Okay? But here, even in songs like when I fall in love, things will be forever. Okay, you see, this is a classical old song and they use perfect grammar. when I fall in love, things will be forever. Okay? Or I'll call you as soon as I get there. Before you leave, lock the doors. Imperative. Okay? So as I said, this is the easy one. Raquel, can you read the one which starts getting a little more complicated?
Okay.
Present contrary
to fact. As the name says, you are talking about two actions that are not real in the present or even future. We are talking about hypothetical situations.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Formation. If, subject, the simple past, subject, would, could, or might, plus verb in the base form.
Okay. Let's observe the difference, the important difference between the first case and this case. In the first case was, if I have money, I'll go to Milan. Remember? Now I'm going to make a little difference. If I had money, I would go to Milano this weekend. In the first case, if I had money, I'll go to Milan this weekend.
It's future.
In that case, yes. No, but here's future too, Raquel.
Yeah.
That's
about sure,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, in the first case, do I have money?
No.
No.
Not
Is
yet.
it possible for me to get some money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then the second sentence might happen. That's why the name is future possible, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now, here is present contrary to fact. That means it's a present thing, but it's contrary to the reality. It's a hypothetical situation. So when I say, if I had money, I would go to Milano this weekend. Again, I ask you the same question. Do I have money now as we speak?
No.
No.
Is it possible for me to get any money before the weekend?
No.
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 That's what you need to remember. You see,
It's
that's
about
why.
desire, right? If
It's-
I had money, you're dreaming about it.
Yeah, that's why it's a hypothetical situation.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
And then I say I would go. So what are the chances of me going to Milano? 0.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something is already past and I know that I couldn't go to Milan because I didn't have the money.
No, you know that you can't go. That's
Okay.
why it's present contrary. The idea is present or future.
Okay.
Okay? It has nothing to do with the past.
The past. Okay.
You use the verb in the past to indicate that you don't have the money and it's not possible for you to get the money before this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I
Okay.
can change would for to could.
Yes. Would, could, or might.
Could or might,
Yes.
but it's not the same mean.
In this case, it means the action is not going to happen. It's different of the first one. The first one,
Okay.
you had probabilities. Here, the probability in any case is 0. So you decide what you want to use.
Okay.
Because it's not going to happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Nor Milano, nor Genova, home, sweet home. Okay?
Only home.
Only home, yes. All right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I told you this would be a bit more complicated. Did you notice that you have 2 asterisks here?
Yes.
Why?
Ah,
Because
yeah. If I were you, I remember.
Yes. If the verb in the if part is verb to be,
Should be.
only were is used
It's
for
possible.
all the persons.
Mm-hmm.
If I were, if you were, if he were, if she were, if it were, and in the plural, of course, there is no alteration. If we were, you were, they were. For all the persons, you say, if I were. Okay? You see, if I were you, I would call him and talk to him about this. But I'm not you. But if I were, I would certainly call him. Understand? So
Yes.
this is probably the most common expression used to give a suggestion.
A
And
suggestion.
advice, a suggestion
Yeah.
and a device. Understand? Like, teacher, I don't know if I, like, is our Miss Fania talking. I don't know if I get married or if I buy a bicycle. What do you think
Buy
I
a
should
Bye
do?
bye,
Buy a
Chico.
A bicycle.
Yeah, if I were you,
If
I
I
would
were
buy
you,
two bicycles.
I would buy two.
Two bicycles.
I would buy a car.
No, two bicycles. Okay? Understand?
Only one.
Yeah, no, two. Why? To spend all the money and not think about getting married. You understand? All right?
All right.
Okay. You can say, oh, teacher, but excuse me, but I've heard so many times, if I was there, if I was here, if I was rich. Oh, me too. But it doesn't mean it's right. Understand? The only thing I can tell you is if you're talking to a well-educated person, if you're applying for a job, if you're doing a proficiency test, and you see if I was, it's absolutely incorrect. And if you're talking to a well-educated person, if you're talking to an American teenager, just say if I was there, no problem. Because probably he doesn't know that the correct is if I were. It's true. It's true. This is not basic grammar, understand? So teenagers, they don't have to study English at school like we have to study Portuguese. So they don't study grammar. So they just talk, but it doesn't mean they talk correctly. Understand?
Yes.
When you say, if I were you, you can be sure you're going to impress the other person because he or she will recognize that this is the perfect English. I have been in this situation, and believe me, the woman was, what? What did you say? I repeated and she said, my goodness. She was, well, I think she has been, if she has not died, she has been a high school English teacher for like years. And she told me she had never heard any of her high school students using this correctly. And she told me, I'm impressed. You're not even an American, but you're speaking correctly. Okay?
Yes.
So it makes a difference. So there are many examples here, okay? Thiago, can you read them all for us, please?
Okay. If I were you, I would not go out at the moment. If you were there, you would know what to do. If he were there here, he could help us. If she were here, she would remember the PIN number. If it weren't broken, it would show us the right direction. If we were there, we would spend the night there. If you were there, you would be able to help. If they were here, they could solve the puzzle.
Okay. Any question about any of these examples, or it's clear?
It's clear.
It's clear.
Okay.
Good. Good. Now, you see, there's a note. It is possible that when you're listening to music, you hear if she was, or you listen to people, if I was, if he was. Even native speakers, okay. You listen to this from even native speakers, but it doesn't mean it is correct. It's possible to hear, but it's not good English. And such a form would not be acceptable in any proficiency test, okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, the same case happens with the verb wish. Wish, which is the perfect verb to express your desire, okay, follows the same guidelines of the present contrary to fact. You see, you have here this formula now. Subject plus wish, I wish. Then I need to repeat the subject again. I wish I. And then I use a verb in the simple past if the idea is present. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I always, yes, the F and the R are always, they are near, so I don't look at the keyboard. Okay, if the idea is present or future.
Or future. Okay.
And I use a verb in the past. For example, where is Maria? Ish, I wish I knew. You see? I wish I knew. What's the idea? I have no idea. Okay?
Oh, teacher.
Yes.
I wish you were here. Is the same case?
Exactly.
Thanks.
There are many postcards that are sold in practically every city in the United States that you can send to your friends. Like when you are on vacation, you can send to your friends, I wish you were here, okay? And there is a beautiful picture of California or New York or Miami or Chicago or whatever. I've seen this postcard in practically every big city I went to. I wish you were here, okay?
The music, the David Gilmour.
Pink Floyd too.
I wish
Floyd.
Pink
Is
Floyd.
it
Pink
I wish you were here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you see, this is perfect English. If you say, I wish I was, it's wrong. Now, is it possible to listen? Yes, the same case of the previous example. It is possible, but it's not correct. Were must be used for all the persons. I wish she were, I wish I were, okay? I wish I had. You see, every time you say, I wish I were, but I'm not. He wishes he had, but he doesn't. She wishes she were rich to buy that car, but she's not rich, so she's not going to buy that car. Okay? So it's the same of, if she had money, she would buy that car. It's the same. Exactly the same. In spite of using the verb in the past, the idea is present. And it's also a hypothetical situation. Okay? So far, so good?
Yes.
So now.
Okay, so let's complicate it a little bit more. Okay? Let's go to the most difficult one. Regina, can you read the introduction for us, please?
As contrary to fact, as the name says, you have talking about says, as the name says, you are talking about two actions that were not real in the past. It talks about two hypothetical actions in the past. Hypothetical actions in the past. This kind of construction is often used to express regrets for doing or not doing something.
Okay. Do you know what's a regret?
Yes.
Yeah.
What we have after a big mistake.
No, it's not necessarily a big mistake. Sometimes you are just having a good time and you don't.
Teacher, tell me more.
It's a mistake.
It's not a mistake. I don't think my granddaughter was a mistake.
It was a choice.
No, it was just a little accident, understand?
But they don't regret her.
Not now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they discovered there were big regrets. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, we always regret doing, or sometimes we also regret not doing
Not
something.
doing.
Yes. Like, let's suppose that Gisele Bündchen, she called me asking me to go out, but I told her, sorry, baby, I'm married. Okay, I can't go out with you. And after hanging up on her, I thought, gosh, how could I do that? You know, I just hung up on her. I felt really bad, but okay. Better like this. So observe the construction here. Regina, read the construction to see. You're gonna use 5 verbs in one sentence.
Oh my
5.
Oh my God.
If plus sub plus head plus verb, subject plus head plus verb past participle, comma, subject plus would, could, might, plus have plus past participle. Oh my gosh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verbs. So what is
If I had money.
Yes.
If I had
Twice?
If I had money, I could.
Yes, you could have bought, you could have gone. You see, let's suppose that next week we are talking and then you ask me, and then teacher, did you go to Milano? No. Why? I didn't get the money I was supposed to. I didn't win the lottery. Yes, as I told you, if I had money, I would have gone, but I didn't get it, so I didn't go. That's the point. You see, I'm not talking. This Raquel is not present anymore. This is the past.
Okay. Already happened.
Exactly. And that's why you have the regrets for doing or not doing. Okay. The idea is, if you say, in this case, if you say something in the affirmative, the idea is negative. If you say something in the negative, the idea is affirmative. It's always the opposite. And this is why this is the favorite construction to be used in the listening section of the TOEFL test.
Okay.
What you say is the opposite of the reality. Understand? For instance,
it's like a sarcasm.
It's not a sarcasm. The thing is, it's just a regret. It's a real regret. Like, let's suppose that last weekend I went to a party and I ended up drinking much more than I should have. Okay? I drank like a skunk. And what happened? As I was leaving the party, I crashed and destroyed my car. Do you think the insurance company paid for the repair?
No.
No.
No, because I was drunk.
Yes.
So if I hadn't drunk so much, I wouldn't have crashed my car. You see, if I hadn't drunk, negative, right? So what's the idea? I drank. I wouldn't have crashed my car. Negative again. What's the idea? I crashed. You see? If you say it in the negative, the idea is affirmative. That's why they love it in the TOEFL. They say it in the negative, and 90% of the students taking the test will look for an alternative, which is in the negative. But the correct answer is going to be in the affirmative.
Teacher, I'm not understanding this part.
Okay, you don't understand this part. What part?
Yeah. This say something the negative, the idea is affirmative. In the example, I didn't understood.
You
I
didn't
didn't understand.
understand. Oh. If I hadn't drunk so much, I wouldn't have crashed my car, right?
Yes.
Both are in the negative, okay?
Yes.
But look at the first one. If I hadn't drunk, what is the reality?
I drank.
I drank.
I drank.
So that's affirmative, right?
Yes.
What's the second idea? I wouldn't have crashed my car.
I crashed my car.
You see, you say it in the negative, but the idea is affirmative. I crashed.
Okay. Okay. Now understood.
That's why it's past contrary to fact, past contrary to reality. What you say is the opposite of what happened. That's why you regret doing it or you regret not doing it.
The idea.
Okay? The idea, the sentence is negative. Okay?
But
So,
the meaning is affirmative.
yes, and when you say it in the affirmative, for instance, if I had money, like Isa said, oh, teacher, what is this had?
Yes.
Yes, what is this first had here? It's the auxiliary verb, right? It's always had. What is the second had here?
Verb past participle.
Past.
It's the verb in the past participle. What's the past participle of have?
Had.
So if I had, the conjugation only exists in Portuguese. In English, this is perfect. So if I had money, I would have gone to Milano last weekend. You see, both are affirmative. But what is the reality? I didn't have money, so I didn't go to Milano last weekend. Understand?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes. No, I understood, but it's just not clear to my mind that can have two verbs exactly the same in the same phrase, one near to each other. But
It is perfect. The problem is probably you never heard anyone saying, if I had, because nobody talks like that.
yeah.
What they do is they use contractions. So actually,
And we actually don't hear, right?
yes, actually, what you are going to hear is this: five had money. If five had money,
we cannot notice the.
Yes.
I guess even I already say it like
yes. And look at the second part. What do you have there? Double contraction. I'd. So, to be honest with you girls, when I'm talking to a native speaker, I just understand if I had money, I gone. But it's clear here that it's only possible.
Mind what this meaning.
Exactly. Okay. Because in the other case was go. I would go. Oh, the second case, okay, is I would go. So I gone doesn't exist. So I understand that it's I would have, I'd have gone. Oh, I'd have gone. Okay?
Yes.
So 99% or probably 100% of the times they use contractions. Nobody talks like, if I had not bought the house, I would have lost. They say, if I not bought the house, I've lost a great investment opportunity. Okay? If I hadn't bought the house, I'd have lost a great investment opportunity. You see? It depends on how emphatic you want to make it. If you really want to emphasize the negativeness, you simply choose, if I'd not bought the house, I'd have lost. If it's just a negative, if I hadn't bought the house, I'd have lost a great investment opportunity. Okay? Now, and only to conclude, exactly the same construction happens after, see, that's the case I gave you there. That's what I told you there. Okay? This is important. They also love this in the TOEFL especially. It is possible to omit if in this kind of sentence. And then they really complicate our lives. Oh, no. If I had heard my mother, I wouldn't have had the accident last night. But my mother told me, don't drink too much, don't drink too much. But I didn't listen to my mother. I drank and crashed the car. So a way of regretting is say, had I heard my mother, I wouldn't have had the accident last night. You see, when I use it like this, it's okay. I assume that if was omitted, so had was placed in front, and it's not a question. But the problem, the real problem is when I have it like this. I wouldn't have had the accident last night had I heard my mother. This drives everyone crazy.
Teacher, people talk like that?
Yes, that's the problem.
The natives talk like that.
Can you believe that we also, I don't know if in Nordestinês they also talk like this, but even in the south of Brazil, we talk like this.
It's bullying. It's bullying.
No, no, I said it's not bullying because it's another language. She posted something yesterday and I told her, holy moly, I don't understand a word of what you're saying. This is not Portuguese, okay? And she said it was, okay?
No.
Right, Isa?
Wrong.
Wrong?
Wrong.
No, I told you, that's not Portuguese. That's Nordestinês, okay? But think like this. Haven't you ever used an expression like tivesse eu escutado a minha mãe, tivesse eu escutado
No.
meu genro?
No, I don't.
No, teacher.
You see, I told you. I said maybe in Nordestinês they don't talk like this. Carol, do you ever talk like this?
Yes.
Ah, thank you,
Confess. Yes.
Oh,
you see?
Sorry.
All right, he's from São Paulo. I was born in São Paulo State, okay? So It is common to talk like this, and this would be the perfect literary translation. Had I heard my mother, had I heard my father, okay?
Tivesse eu estudado inglês antes.
Não,
No,
não fala.
I agree with you.
Fala não.
You see, it would have been easier now, right?
Yeah.
Aqui a gente fala se eu tivesse, mas tivesse eu não.
Aqui também.
Yes, but you see, se eu tivesse is if I had.
Yes.
Yes, it's okay.
That's okay, that's a normal sentence. But the problem is when you omit if, se eu tivesse, you say had I. Tivesse eu. Okay? And just to finish, because the class already finished, the same construction happens with wish when you want to express the same hypothetical idea about two actions in the past, two desires that were not real. So you use exactly the same construction. I wish I had stayed home last night. I didn't stay and something bad happened as a consequence of it. I wish I hadn't drunk so much last night. I drank like a skunk and I had a car accident. Okay?
Okay.
I wish I had studied harder for the test. The idea is I did not study hard and as a consequence I did a bad test. He wishes he hadn't drunk so much. He drank and the police caught him. She wishes she had married her first boyfriend, but she did not, and now she's not happy with her present husband.
Oh my God. Teacher, what is a skunk?
Skunk is,
Yes.
you know that animal that when it's in danger, it sprays a very bad smell?
Yes.
Gambá.
That's a-
Timbu.
yes.
O que, menina?
Timbu. No, it's because I killed one last week.
You kill?
O quilo?
Why
Yes,
did
my
you
dog.
kill it?
How do you kill a
Was no meu
gamba?
quintal. Tava no meu
Why?
quintal.
Well, once I caught 4 skunks in my backyard. I didn't have to kill any one of them. I got a bamboo and I just put the bamboo near them, a very long bamboo, and they climbed on the bamboo and I just threw them.
Mas
To the
professor,
neighbor.
olha, minha gente, deixa eu dizer. Ele tava na porta do meu quintal.
I threw them in the neighbor's backyard, okay? Because I hated the neighbors.
Misericórdia.
But I didn't have to kill them. My neighbor was a jerk. He deserved it.
Então tá bom. Mas
Okay.
professor, ele entrou aqui em casa, essa cachorra pegou ele e ele ele escapou do quintal e veio parar aqui na minha sala. Aí a gente teve que botar ele pra fora, matando ele.
But
E ele
did,
não
he,
Abassolada.
You smell.
did it
E o bicho
spray?
não morreu. Ok?
Did he spray?
Yes. A casa ficou insensada com aquele fedor. Minha mãe se trancou no quarto e ficou botando desodorante.
house-
Ficou o quê?
The house was
Minha
what?
mãe,
The house was what?
insensada, insensada.
No, this is not a word. This I guarantee is not a word.
Oh my gosh.
Amiga, incenso. Incenso, quando você queima o incenso, não fica o cheiro no ar?
But that's a good smell.
Yeah, good smell.
Então, insensada quer dizer
Insensada.
que o ambiente ficou com aquele cheiro.
Oh my gosh.
Entendeu?
Ela é insensada.
I had already gotten my phone to ask Aurelio again. I don't know. I'm almost convinced that by the end of this program, I will have learned more nordestinês than you have learned
Smelling.
English.
You need a Nordestinese dictionary, teacher.
Yes.
Better than the regular
Yes.
one.
Yes, if you ever see one, I'm gonna buy it, so I'll be able to talk to my granddaughter, okay?
Okay.
Because she's growing up there and she's already talking like this, okay?
Like this, teacher. I offended.
No, she's talking like this, in this way. It's not offensive. It's not bullying. I'm afraid. I'm afraid one day I'll talk to her and I won't be able to understand her. Can you
I
imagine?
can translate to you, don't worry.
Okay, so I'll hire you as the translator. Okay, in a nutshell, just to finalize the class, all these examples were not real in the past. Again, Raquel, the same. If you say something in affirmative, I wish I had studied. You didn't study. The idea is negative. I wish I hadn't drunk. The idea is affirmative. It's always the opposite. That's why, again, they love these in any proficiency test. They always catch students that are not really prepared for a test. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
We can stop here today. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Erica's question, the difference between make and do. Many people confuse. Okay, so I try to include a lot of examples for you here to see. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then we will talk about the difference between many words like pretty, fairly, really, very, quite. Okay. And I don't know if I had a chance to include yes, provided, unless, as long as. Okay, Erica?
Okay.
Practically almost everything and a business topic, okay?
Great.
It was at CNN today. Walmart, in association with Microsoft, is planning to buy TikTok. We are talking about a 40 billion business, okay? So it's an interesting article. Well, tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a nice evening, okay?
Okay.
Gotta get some
Okay,
sleep.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, okay?
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye now.
Guys.
Bye,
Bye.
teacher.
See you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
class, teacher.
I hope you feel better tomorrow, Miss Fanha. But I'll still talk to Google.